What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Christopher Bean with Tactical Advantage, and today I'm here with Kara, and we're going to take a look at the Mantis Compressed Surprise Brake Drill.
That's it. That's it.
Sweet.
POM Pepper Spray is next generation OC spray. It's hot at 1.4% major capsaicinoids, and its modular design means you can customize it exactly to you. 3 different setups, lots of different color combinations. You can make it exactly as you like. And the flip top safety prevents accidental discharges. It's 10 to 12 foot range and 25 half-second blasts. Make sure that you can keep that long range eye poke at long range. I trust POM OC, and I recommend it for everyone for self-defense.
All right, so Kara, tell me a little bit about Compressed Surprise Brake. I'm not really familiar with the ins and outs, so what's kind of the gist? What's the overarching concept, and how does it track data for you?
I think, especially in dry fire, what it'll tell you is when you're standing and shooting in dry fire, you have no stress. What Compressed Surprise Brake does is it adds a level of cognitive stress or load to give you a beep. So you choose how you want to start, but basically how much do you disrupt the gun when you try to go hit the trigger as quick as you can after the beep. So it's all about reducing the time from beep to trigger press, but yet don't affect your score.
This is going to be an interesting one for me because I'm notoriously disrespectful of my trigger.
Yes.
So this is going to be an interesting one to play with.
Absolutely. So,
okay, I have got the unit on.
yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Compressed Surprise Brake.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is Gabe White's 3 triggers, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in the drill setting. So we are dry. So I do have it set to dry. We're going to just do 5 shots.
Okay.
So I'm going to back her down to 5 repeats because we're going to get a beep for each repeat.
Okay.
So for each repeat, you're going to have a beep. And so your first trigger position is what?
So that'll be like on wall.
On the wall, okay? So, and we're gonna just start with the beep. So it doesn't matter what your start position is. Are you gonna start from low ready or start on the target? I'd recommend probably out at the target.
Yeah, I'd probably start on the target,
okay?
on sights.
So go ahead and present, and I'm gonna hit start.
$96.
Okay, so you'll reset your slide.
Okay.
So you're gonna do that 5 times.
Okay.
$88. $90. $92. $93.
There you go. So from that position, you had a 92.5 and you average 0.29 from beep to trigger press.
Okay.
Okay.
HK.
There we go. It's all about the HKs, isn't it? So that's one thing you want to look at is, and so you had one shot that you really, the hold movement wasn't as still.
Okay.
So you can see that on shot number 2.
Okay.
But again, it's all about your trigger press. Now, the hold movement does play into that just a little bit. So your trigger press, you can see the yellow line was a bit longer too.
Sure.
So you were probably moving the whole time.
Gotcha.
Okay. So now you want to do it from the second trigger, right?
Yeah, so this will be like a finger forward, like at the front of the trigger.
At the front of the trigger, but not to the wall depressed.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to reset and hit start.
$76.
Okay.
$88.
I hope that was enough.
$74. $89. $74.
So vastly different score. So now you've got a lower score, but you also have a longer time,
Sure.
which we expected the longer time. But because you had more movement on the trigger coming in, or on your trigger finger coming into the trigger, that dictated your average score going down a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Visually, I can kind of correlate that with like the disturbance of the gun.
Exactly.
So it's actually helping me read the dot.
You see the dot move or you see your sights move. So another thing you can do is what you're doing is you're going off the beat because you're focused out there. But you could do this drill, put the device in front of you, turn the volume all the way down, and see if you react differently visually to audible.
Understood.
So we're going to keep with the same theme. So you're going to do the final
Which
trigger
will be, like,
position,
finger at
which
home.
is at home, high on the slide.
Okay.
We'll reset that.
See, going from this, I would want to put in precision, but we don't want to.
Okay, didn't catch your shot.
Okay, let's do it again.
77. 9.
9?
9.
Wow.
60.
Okay, so from home,
51.
we got lots of work we can do.
91.
Okay,
So what I would be interested in, we don't have to do that now, but I would want to see, my gut tells me the movement of the muzzle during that trigger press is probably going a little bit right left, and it'll show
it'll
us that.
show you. Yes.
So now we would know, not only it's giving me the information that there's a potential issue here, but it tells me what that potential issue is. So now I know how to correct.
Correct.
Oh,
So-
yeah, look at,
So that wasn't even your lowest score. That was your 51.
well, thanks for that.
But you can see that. So again, you were even doing kind of a little bit left right with your hold movement.
Yep.
But the whole trigger press, you saw it in your sights. You called
Yeah.
it. So this verifies what you saw in your
Yeah,
sights.
truth, the truth device.
The truth device.
Awesome.
So and then if we go into history and we see your last 3, so you started out as a 92.5 with 0.29, then you went to an 80.7 to a 0.36 to a 58.3 and a 0.56.
Yeah, and that's what's good about looking at it in aggregate is it gives you an idea of what's happening overall, but you can go and say that best trigger press, can I replay that? And can I figure out
Absolutely.
what caused the other errant things versus what I wanted? So
And
that's-
again, you can go in, and that's where I would put these notes to go maybe GW for Gabe White and give it a code so that
Right.
you have a tag
right.
that you could track each of those positions with
Nice.
in the future if you continue to run the same drill with the same settings.
Excellent.
Makes it very easy to compare.
That's very cool. That is very cool. So I
So
guess,
it's a data thing, you know, and that's one thing, you know, Neil mentioned in one of the earlier videos was it's one thing to just look at the scores, but go look at the data and think about how it reflects on you and what you could work on to improve.
right. And that's the thing we really talk about a lot is understanding under different situations, how is your gun behaving and how are you influencing that? So for the intermediate shooter that hasn't really learned to tune into their sights yet, it's immensely helpful. And then once you are, say, more advanced and you really know how to track and read your sights, you can actually verify that information. So super cool, super interesting.
I love it. It's one of my favorite drills. It really is. I really like to work. How quick can I slap the trigger
Right.
and keep my scores where I want them to be?
Yeah, and it helps you understand what can I get away with.
Yep,
And that's
exactly.
90% of the game. So thank you, Kara. Compressed surprise break and dry fire is some pretty interesting stuff if you throw some variables in it for sure. So thanks for watching, guys.